Big chunk of wrought iron. How's that for a straight cut? Quite impressed with that off a really old bandsaw. Hey all, got some axes to make. I've just made some throwing axes for a buddy of mine in kind of like the Viking style. These are mild steel and 75 CR1 cores. And I made these slightly different to the way I usually make axes. Not a lot, but I've got two more to make. These are bearded axes, but on these I'm going to use some wrought iron, just to get a bit more of an interest in the actual cladding for the 75 CR1. Kind of running out of wrought iron now. I'm coming up to the last of my stock, so it's quite precious this. Right, okay, these are slightly the wrong size. First job I'm going to do is draw these out to 9 inches. I think they're about 5. So I'm just going to pull them out, make them a little bit thinner, and then just broaden them out a bit so I can hit the 75 CR1 on width, and we can make the axe. Well, I'm just going to do this on the press. Push it out on that fullerene die and just give it a couple of flattens. I've got some kind of stop blocks in there, and I did this twice and then I was done. Push them out. There's my marker on the handle. They're just a little bit shy. I just cleaned these up a little bit, and I found the centre at 11 centimetres, and I've put a mark at 1 centimetre each side of that. And on this side I've put a mark 45 centimetres from the centre out on each side. I'm just going to cut these so I can see the marks whilst I'm forging. I was watching John from Old Hickory Forge the other day, and he's just made an axe, and this is the method he used. So I've just changed the dimensions slightly because I don't want too big a head on these. So I've brought the head in and took it out a little bit because I want a good block here, because I want to try and pull a beard out of these. Anyway, we'll give it a go. I'm just going to do this first set down on that cut line, and that's for where the bit goes in. And I'm just going to do the rest of the shaping on the anvil. It just kind of makes it a cleaner start. I'm trying to kind of bounce around on the anvil. I'll do the set downs for the head on the anvil because they're not quite as deep then. I'll just flatten out this part here and just try and spread it a little bit. That's where the bit's going to be welded on. And that is just there, setting, just a little setting for the head of the axe there, and just narrow it down slightly. Make that, where I've put the set down for the bit, I want to get that section just of an even thickness, really. I'm forging out the two axes here, but I'm only just going to show you working on one. There's no point showing you working on two because they're both absolutely identical. I think you see I've already done the other side. I've cut quite a lot of footage out of this because it was done over a couple of hours, this work. And I'm just flattening this other side out now, and then I'm just going to put a slight bend in this. And that's ready for the bending round to weld the bit in, because I don't want to bend it too much because I want to be able to get in on those flats where the bit's going and clean them up with the angle grinder. Give these a clean up now and flatten them off. It scales up quite badly, wrought iron, and it really is best worked hot.
very hot. If you try and work it when it's going cold, it does tend to crack on you. This wrought iron does anyway. Just going to put 3 spots of weld on the actual bit now on each axe, just to hold it in place.
Well, previously what I used to do was I used to bend the steel around, form an actual hoop and then weld the bit in and close it up. But it just involves a lot of grinding. When you bend the steel over, you've got to try and get a disc in to clean up all them surfaces, kind of try and push it together. It's a bit messy. So like John, what I've done is I've just tack welded on one side, and I'm going to bring that side round now. I'm going to borax this so it won't need cleaning up, and then I'm just going to forge weld it together.
Just get these bent round, just do some correcting here and there. Whilst you see there's colour in that, this camera doesn't pick that colour up too well really. But whilst there is colour in that, it's okay to forge it. But as soon as that colour starts going out of there, man, this stuff is liable to crack up on you, something chronic. Especially where it's getting thin now, where the eye is going. And I think about this point really I should have stopped, but I'm always kind of pushing the boundaries on forging. That's about it. I'll put some borax on this now, and I'm just going to heat it up. I'm just going to get some colour back in it, and then before it gets too hot like now, I'm just going to push those faces together properly, just squeeze out a little bit of that borax, then I can get it up to a welding heat then and properly push it together. I messed up here because that top die that's in the press is the die I used to put those initial sets in, and I forgot to change it out, so there should be 2 dies in here like the bottom one, and it kind of squished the eye over to one side a little bit, and I didn't realise that until I'd done both axes, and then I sussed it. So I put it in the press and I changed the direction of the fullerene die and pushed the side out a little bit. Just trying to pull the bead out a little bit here now. A bit of 2 camera action going on here. You see how one camera picks the colour up better than the other one. Get the eye drifted out now. Got to be careful here because that wrought is so thin it's liable to just break on you. Doesn't really like welding to this 1075 or 75 CR1. The wrought is so soft. It will weld, but it will also come apart so easily, the welds. I think I'm just about done now on this.
There is a little bit of a problem with this one, and that is where the wrought started to just crack on me as it was stretching out. doesn't go right through. It's just kind of on the surface. I will either cut it and run a little bead of MIG in there, or I don't know, I've got an idea I might try, and that is packing it with actual iron shavings and just reforging it and just see if I can forge them in, because this wrought iron is really soft, very, very soft, and I suspect it might just pack it. I'll come back in another video, guys, if I decide to do that, and show you the result. So I'm going to do a bit more work on that. But this one was a lot better, in a lot better condition. It did crack open somewhere up here, but I managed to forge weld it back together again. This is why I kind of persevere with the wrought iron, because it does look really nice. You know, it's kind of a bit like a Damascus pattern anyway. The light's just gone out. But yeah, I really like wrought iron. There's the carbon edge. So got one out the two. I'm quite happy with that. There's the other two guys. So the handles are finished on these now. These are oiled and finished. These are going to go out this week as well, and then we will start on the next job lot. These are absolutely matching pair. They're lovely weight. It should be really nice for throwing. Three here which have just passed the finish line, so I'm about to box these up, send them to the customer in the morning. Bushcraft 01, really nice wood on that. I really don't know what it is. I suspect it's spalted sycamore. I love the handle on this one, which is like a spalted beech, but it's also got these beautiful ripples in the scales. It's really nice, that. You can't, perhaps the camera probably can't see that. But yeah, there's another bushcraft. Both these are in 4mm. 01 tool steel, 59 HRC. And the last one is this really nice Sanmai, kind of just slightly higher grind on one of my big dog bushcraft knives. Bigger handle, longer handle. So there's probably not many hands that won't fit. Stainless Sanmai with a 1095 core. Came out really well. Lovely pattern on that. Do like them. They're just an awesome weight for throwing. In the morning, and we're not going to pack these tonight, these are going quite local. So in the morning I might just have a practice at throwing these. If I do, I'll put the clip in at the end of this. But yeah, I've just got to get these three boxed up now. They're going in the post in the morning. Okay guys, see you soon. Take care. Thanks to my patrons, and bye for now.
Okay, here we go. Genuine first attempt at this. Just get the feel of them. Ooh, nearly there. So the shaft seems to want to be held slightly forward, yeah. A little bit more forward than that because the handle's slightly down. So I'll just change my grip a little bit. There we go. Got it. Got it with the second one actually. I'd move my hand slightly forward. Move much further back now. Got it now. There we go. Nailed it. Yay! I could spend all day doing this. But gotta get to the post office and get some knives posted. See you later guys.